Long before supermarkets stocked synthetic fertilizers, farmers found ways to feed their soil without spending a cent. Their secret was deceptively simple. They brewed plant roots, weeds, and other organic matter into nutrient-rich teas that nourished crops while boosting soil life. These brews concentrated minerals, sugars, and microbial food, giving plants everything they needed to thrive. Understanding this method today reveals that gardeners don't need expensive fertilizers to achieve lush growth. They just need to harness natural cycles, just as our ancestors did. Roots, especially those from legumes, comfrey, dandelion and nettle, store nutrients that can be released slowly into the soil. When soaked in water for several days, these roots release nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium and trace minerals. Microorganisms in the water break down complex compounds, creating a living liquid fertilizer. The result is a brew that not only feeds plants directly, but also encourages microbial activity in the soil, improving structure, aeration and water retention. Unlike synthetic fertilizers, this method builds long-term fertility while boosting plant immunity. Roots contain different nutrient concentrations depending on the season. In early spring, young roots are rich in sugars that stimulate microbial activity. Late summer roots, especially from perennials, are dense in minerals. By collecting roots at the right time, gardeners can tailor their brews to the needs of their plants. For example, a spring brew from young comfrey roots will energize seedlings and leafy crops, while a late-season dandelion brew strengthens perennials and storage crops. Start with healthy, freshly harvested roots. Chop them into small pieces to increase surface area. Place the roots in a large container and cover with water. Leave the mixture in a shaded area for several days, stirring occasionally. During this time, the water will turn dark and earthy, rich with nutrients. Strain the liquid before use to remove solids, which can be returned to the compost pile or layered directly into the garden. Dilute the brew about 1 to 5 with water for general application, or 1 to 10 for seedlings and delicate plants. Pour it directly at the base of plants to ensure roots absorb the nutrients efficiently. Chemical fertilizers supply a narrow spectrum of nutrients and, often damage soil microbes over time. Root brews, on the other hand, deliver a wide range of minerals, amino acids and sugars that feed both plants and the living soil. The result is healthier, more resilient plants that resist pests and drought more effectively. Additionally, these brews are renewable, biodegradable, and really cost nothing beyond what is already growing in your yard or garden. Adding small amounts of comfrey leaves, nettle tops or seaweed can increase nitrogen and trace mineral content. Even kitchen scraps like carrot tops or potato peelings, they boost microbial activity. The goal is to create a living solution, not just a mineral dump. Microbes break down organic compounds, releasing nutrients gradually and ensuring plants receive a steady supply over days or weeks, rather than a sudden burst that, washes away. For maximum effectiveness, you'll want to apply the brew during early morning or late evening, when plants are, actively absorbing water. Pour the liquid around the root zone rather than on the leaves to prevent burning. Repeat every 1 to 2 weeks during the growing season for ongoing support. In winter or during dormant periods, root brews can be used sparingly to feed perennials and prepare soil for spring growth. This schedule, well, it really does mimic ancient cycles of plant and soil nurturing, ensuring sustainability without any extra cost. Unlike synthetic fertilizers, which often strip the soil of microbes, root brews nourish the unseen ecosystem beneath the surface. Beneficial bacteria and fungi flourish, breaking down organic matter, fixing nitrogen, and improving soil structure. Over time, the garden becomes self-sustaining, requiring fewer external inputs. The living soil created by these brews supports stronger, more resilient plants, just as it did in ancient farm systems. Even in limited spaces, root brews can be made from weeds, garden leftovers, or purchased organic roots. In hydroponic systems, diluted root tea adds trace minerals and microbial life without altering pH significantly. For container gardens, small batches can be prepared weekly, ensuring plants receive a steady stream of nutrients while maintaining cost efficiency and environmental friendliness. This practice, you see, combines historical wisdom with modern gardening innovation. Ancient farmers knew that soil is alive and that plants thrive when microbes, fungi and nutrients work together. Root brews are a direct extension of this principle. They nourish the garden ecosystem holistically, not just feed individual plants. By adopting these techniques, gardeners today can reduce reliance on chemical inputs while improving yield, flavor and resilience. If you want to unlock ancient wisdom for modern gardening, subscribe to Hydro Haven. Share this guide with fellow plant enthusiasts and backyard innovators and start cultivating gardens that are productive, sustainable and entirely self-sufficient, all without spending a dime on fertilizer.